So, regardless of the outcome tomorrow when they play Ohio State, obviously we're heavy underdogs. I'm going to be riding with the Michigan Wolverines for life. All right, this is my team because the next year, the guy that they brought in to replace Coach Art, his name is Coach Bryant Davis. The first thing he introduced us to was an acronym. It's an acronym named WARTER: work ethic, attitude, teamwork, enthusiasm, and respect. And when it comes to how he built before I go, let me just show you here real quick because I have it right here. It's still on t-shirts, guys. It's still on t-shirts. I did like this as one, move swiftly, speaker, all that stuff did not just come out of nowhere. And I'll dive into why it's black and silver in a second. But the next year when Coach Bryant came in, I remember the first practice, you could tell, now that I'm on this side of life, you could tell that Coach Bryant was told by several of his peers, several people, like, look, this group of young men that you're inheriting, this group of players that you're inheriting, they lived through something together. They lived through something traumatic together, and it's going to take you being all in. You can't be that coach that's just there, just BSing. All right. You got to love this. You got to actually understand that these young boys just turned around their season and they watched their coach die on the field. So for you, you got to respect their space. You got to respect their hard work. You got to come in and really love these boys like they're your own. And that's what Coach Bryant did. That's why to this day, I'll be 36 years old in January. To this day, I say it all the time. Coach Bryant Davis was the best football coach that I have ever played for, because that was a heavy weight for him to carry, and he was able to carry it. So here's what happened. We were still wearing the Michigan colors, the Michigan uniforms for 2 years with Coach Bryant. All right. So Coach Bryant came in, and for the next 2 years, we were in the Michigan colors. And the first year pretty much ended like they did last year. I mean, I'm saying last year because but we're talking about the year before. So it ended like the year before, where we won the game. So with the Coach Art year, we happened to lose in the county championship. But the next year, it ended the same way, where we lost to Peppermint, and then we beat them in the playoffs, and then we ended up losing to another team named Alney in the county championship. Then the final year in which we wore the Michigan uniforms was the 85-pound year, and there was even some drama. The reason we transitioned was because of politics and because of how things just turned out. So we went undefeated that year. All right, the 85-pound year. The second year with Coach Bryant, where we're in the wing helmets and all that, we were undefeated. We absolutely dominated every single team that we played, dominated them. All right. And then we get to the Super Bowl. And this was the year in which you had to weigh in. No, not the year, but this was the age in which you had to weigh in every single game. When you get to so how youth football works. But let me educate you guys real quick on how youth football works. So they go by weight. So when it comes to youth football, you have to make weight. You have to make a certain weight before the season, before you're eligible to be on a certain roster. Everybody does a weigh-in. Once you make weight, you're good to go for the season, whatever it is, right? So by the time we got to the playoffs, we had to weigh in before the game, because I guess the commissioners, they took into account that we could get heavier, or we can grow within the 3 months of us playing football, whatever it is, whatever these damn commissioners, whatever the league rules were. So when you get to the playoffs, we had to weigh in. We had to weigh in before every single game. So they had the scales there, and we're weighing in before every game. And here's the thing about this, and I'm bringing this up for a reason. What Coach Bryant and the other coaches would do is that they would weigh us the night before. So the games were on Saturday, and they would weigh us the Friday night before the game. They would take certain guys. Certain guys didn't practice. Certain guys did not practice going in like that Friday night, because they went to the sauna to lose more weight and to get the weight off them, to make sure. So they would make sure. It's not like our coaches were not aware of the fact that certain guys were like a little heavier or whatever it is, and they made sure that they game plan for that. This is how ridiculous this thing is, and this is why to this day it still pisses me off to this day.